for the people watching, can you guys hear me by any chance? I'm getting ready right now. You can hear me? Cool. Just wanted to try something out. And I'm drinking water, by the way.
Welcome to Nomas Podcast Live, where we will react to videos, talk about current trending events, and possibly one or two conspiracies. So let's sit back, relax, and let's chat.
Nomas!
Welcome back to Nomas Podcast Live. We're freaking doing it again. This is going to be episode number 2. I'm so freaking excited. Julian, I freaking see you, bro. Thank you for joining in. I'm going to be trying something right now to see how this works. And I think, let me see if I can pull it up. Sup, son, what the fuck are you drinking? I was drinking water, bro. I'm supposed to be able to do this manually with a click of a button. But you know what? It didn't pop up the way I wanted to. Let me see. Let me try something new. Yeah, I don't know. We'll figure that out later. But anyways, welcome everyone. Thank you for coming in. I think there's like 2 or 3 people here, but I appreciate you guys taking the time to join in into the Nomas podcast. Like I mentioned right now in the story, for anything you do in life, you have to just get used to doing the thing over and over. And for me, I think I was talking to you, Julian, that for me doing this, it's almost like a school to me that I'm learning how to go live. I'm learning how to get rid of or get better at public speaking, delivering my messages, anything that I'm thinking on the top of my mind that I'm able to elaborate and pretty much put out into the camera and into the world, you know? And I think there's no better school than just doing the thing, right? So yeah, just so a couple of notes that I wanted to talk about that I'm super freaking excited about, as well as we actually got our TikTok account back. So we just got it back this past week, and man, I'm so freaking thankful. We were close to 7,000 followers on TikTok. So I'm so glad that we got it back. I do have a warning on TikTok, so hopefully that goes away. I think it's supposed to clear within I think it's like 90 days. So I'm going to be super, super clean when it comes down to TikTok. I don't want to put myself at risk, because that's just another avenue that we can take advantage with social media. So anyways, long story short, once again, if you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure you go ahead and subscribe. It's going to help us out a lot. Like I mentioned in the past, we reached 1,500 subscribers on YouTube. It means a lot to us. Being a smaller creator, for me, that means a lot. Hopefully by the end of this year, we reach 2,000 subscribers at the very least. So I'm just putting it out to the universe, 2,000 subscribers by the end of the year, hopefully. And another note, which is, it's good, but at the same time, kind of sucks, because I was already getting used to being with my daughter, right? Is that tomorrow is my first day back from being 2 months off out of work. So I was off from work for 2 months. The first 2-3 weeks was because my fiance Chelo, she was in the hospital, and now she got better, and I was taking care of the baby while she was in the hospital. So next thing you know, here comes the holidays. This happened in December, by the way. So in the last week of December, it was just the holidays, so we get a week off. And it just so happens that in January, I already had my family leave scheduled. So I got 2 months off. It was unplanned, right? The cello getting sick, but now January was planned, so got 2 months off. But tomorrow, being the 3rd of February, we go back to work. So as soon as I'm done here with this live, I'm gonna be freaking, downing like 2, 3 freaking melatonin so I can go to sleep early. I'm trying to wake up at 4 in the morning at the very latest. That way I can freaking wake up early for early. So yeah, trying to take some melatonin right after this. And yeah, so anyways, let's by the way, tomorrow being the February the 3rd, it's supposed to be a day without immigrants in 2025, Monday, February the 3rd. This is a nationwide initiative that encourages people to not work, shop, or attend school to highlight the importance of immigrant. Here, let me say it again. This is a nationwide initiative that encourages people to not work, shop, or attend school to highlight the importance of immigrants in the U.S. economy. So the way it works is people are encouraged to stay at home from work, school, and avoid shopping. Businesses may also close in solidarity with the initiative, right? So technically, everybody's supposed to be staying home. If you want to support this cause, that way we can show the big corporations and the people at the very top that we make a huge impact to the economy of the United States. Also, through social media, campaigns may be used to raise awareness and show the economic impact of immigrants. Why it's important, the initiative aims to show the value of immigrants in the U.S. economy. As I mentioned, culture and workforce, it's a way to raise awareness of the contributions immigrants make to the community. So yeah, so all of this is going on tomorrow. Unfortunately, like I said, I'm going back to work tomorrow. I had 2 months off, so it's not like I can support this because I've been off and been like, no, I don't want to go back on my first day back to work. So yeah, I'm gonna show up. But I see Julian. Are you going back to work, Julian? Well, actually, no, you're not. I do see your comment right now that jokes on you. I do that daily. So Julian's kind of like off. So yeah, so let me pull up this comment. I'm still trying to figure out the comment section. I don't know why it's looking like this. Was watching on TV, but I signed to view the chat. I'll probably be up at 4 a.m. Okay, cool. But yeah, are you guys going to be supporting this cause, showing up to work tomorrow or not? At the moment, like I said, I have to go to work, just for the simple fact that I've been off for two days. But the reason why I ask is because in the past, when I was a lot younger, I used to like going to all these different events. I think I'm talking about like back in high school or middle school, right? You see everybody with the Mexican flags, and then you want to be part of that crowd that shows up to the protest and wave the flags. And, just a lot of people like to climb freaking post lights. For instance, here in San Diego, I saw a lot of people went to Chicano Park, got on top of that little stage that it's in Chicano Park, waving the flags. I saw people doing all kinds of things, but to be quite frank, I really, really think that a lot of these people that go to these type of events, one is para echar desmadre. Two is now that we have social media, I really think a lot of these people go to these type of events so they can get a viral post and they can post it on their social media and get a bunch of views, a bunch of likes. So I really think that the true cost of all of this is being lost by, I'm not saying that everybody is doing this, but I know for a fact there's a group of, I guess, a handful of people that do it just for the views and the clicks and the likes. But yeah, that's pretty much what I wanted to get into. Here in San Diego, there was a protest that took place in Highland, and it just kind of backs up everything that I'm saying. And unfortunately, it was one of those things that it wasn't the best look when it comes down to the way that we want to approach this type of protest. And this is pretty much what it looked like. I'm gonna pull it up right now. So a huge protest shuts down Highland Avenue in National City. So a large crowd gathered to protest in National City to voice their concerns about deportation laws that are disproportionately affecting many Mexicans living in San Diego. It even got hectic at one point as an altercation broke out during the protest. Thoughts on this? So pretty much the same thing. People were freaking getting on top of cars. Just it's not a good look. Like, I understand what the cause is supposed to be, but this is not the way it should be. So here are some of the slides. I can't play the music, but you guys kind of get the point, right? People were over there all over Highland, waving their flags, a bunch of different banners. So that looks cool that people showed up, right? But then as we move along with the slide, you see this guy on top of the cars, just people recording. I think that's the main thing that people show up to do, just to go and record, get some footage of this. Next slide. Some more of people, just doing their little clips of social media. And then here we have people started dancing the Caballo Dorado, which is all fun, right? Like, it's supposed to be fun. You're showing up for your people. But then at the same time, it's like, okay, are you just showing up just to have a good time? Or what's the real purpose behind all of this, right? It's like, okay, yeah, you're showing up and just being part of like this event, or are you really truly trying to make a change? And some more of the clips. And then lastly, it even got violent. I don't know if I can show a lot of this. Here, let me pause it. But yeah, a lot of it, like, dude, like, we're supposed to be making a difference in the community, right? We're trying to show what we can provide to the United States, which we obviously do. But then we go and supposedly protest and trying to show what type of people we are. And then we have people like this that are freaking doing all kinds of freaking stuff like this, that it really, like, it doesn't do us justice, right? So what the heck are we doing this? And people like this are the reason why I personally don't like going to these type of events. Like, dude, like, I really feel like if people are going to be showing up to these events, it has to be well more organized. Not sure if these people in specific in Highland got checked by other people, like, hey man, like, you're doing the wrong thing. I'm not too sure, but there's another slide that showcases a little bit more of that as well. So there you go, like, just freaking chaos, right? And it's just, what the hell are we doing here? And so I think that's one of the guys that was freaking doing the thing and fighting and stuff, and just freaking madness. And this is I think the cops ended up showing up, and the helicopter showed up to change or stop all of this freaking event from going on. And it's not supposed to be like this. Like, that's why it's just, I feel like I said previously, I think a lot of these people just show up just to freaking, for the wrong reasons. So, all right, let me check this out real quick. I'm still debating. I was there on day without a Mexican. I was disappointed, but for sure, one of the teachers at my daughter's Head Start said she wasn't going to work, so they might be understaffed. Let me see if I can fix this. For some reason, these freaking comments are way too big. Let me see if I can fix that. Just 1 second. Sorry, I know we're live, but I'll figure it out later. But yeah, long story short, yeah, I just didn't like the way that we're being represented, and I personally wouldn't want to go to these type of events just because somebody might say the wrong thing or push you, and it just, from one little instance, it can cause a whole bunch of drama that I'm not really trying to get into. Like I said, in the past, if I was a lot younger, then I would have probably been there. Why? Because I want to be part of that crowd and stuff like that, which I probably only did once. But yeah, so that pretty much happened here in San Diego. Now, I saw other people's footage, and I think this was in LA. And so I didn't really see that much of a difference. I didn't see any fights. But I saw something similar that I was kind of like against. Oh, by the way, let me see if I can go back to the comments to see what people were saying about this. So some of the comments were saying they're pretty much agreeing. While looking at the slides, it's disappointing. Youth is lost, but hope remains. Shaking my head. It's supposed to be fighting for our people, and we fighting each other. Protest was a fail. I agree. This is why they don't want us here. It's true. Like, dude, what the hell are we doing here? Fighting each other. Are you all there for the same cause? People weren't even protesting. They just went because they had nothing else to do. Exactly what I just finished saying. Like, yeah, I think unfortunately just right now in the U.S., the biggest highlight is that the whole immigration thing is one of the biggest highlights. And whenever they put a spotlight for specific cause or specific thing, that's what everybody like is focused on, right? Like maybe a month ago was the whole P. Diddy thing, and now it's the whole immigrant thing, right? So everybody's jumping into that. Like they literally put a spotlight wherever they want people to go, and people move there. Like I think like flies. But that happened in San Diego, and then in LA, this is a few slides that I saw from somebody on Instagram. So let me pull that up so you guys can take a look. And I was personally against this. And I think some other people I saw that they posted and they kind of shared the same mindset as myself. So let's see if I can move this over. So this is the first slide. Once again, I get all these posts go viral, right? Chinga su madre la migra, fuck guys. Yeah, I get it, right? They're trying to, get their pictures on Instagram and all this thing. But then the next slide, let's see what it shows. Viva la raza, that's fine, cool. Chinga la migra, okay, cool. And then we have this nice truck. The truck is badass, though. I can't play the whole song, but we have a whole bunch of people. Similar to, it kind of looks like Highland almost, so that same type of feel, right? We got the paleteros there, people selling food. I think the vendors are the ones that are really coming up on this on these type of events. But yeah, so the next slide, people marching, same thing. Look right here, people were dancing the Caballo Dorado, so same exact thing that happened in Highland. Like, okay, what are we doing here? Are we just trying to have a good time, or are we really trying to make a case here? And then this one in particular, I saw all these people in the freeway, and I get it. We're trying to make a point that it's a lot of us, and we make a difference. But us stopping the freeway traffic, it doesn't really sit right with me, because people, like, it's okay to protest, right? It's okay to protest, but then when you're stopping and you're affecting other people, maybe they have an emergency, maybe they're trying to get to work, then it makes all of these things not right. And it just, unfortunately, it puts a bad taste and a bad look into other people's eyes, in my opinion. So I don't think it's right at all that they're stopping traffic. Like, there's other ways that we can go about this. But yeah, so that's pretty much all the different things that I saw through the protest. I'm glad people are showing up, but I think it should be more organized, that we have somebody leading the protest in a peaceful manner, in a professional manner, rather than causing chaos. But yeah, those are just my thoughts. Not sure if anybody here, pretty much feels the same way. Julian, not sure. Damian, not sure if you guys are still here, but not sure if you guys think the same way as myself, that all of this just, it's not right, the way we're approaching this. I'm sure there's other people or other groups showing up in a different way, but at least this is what I saw through social media. Yeah, before I move on to the next slide, this one, it might, when I looked at the date, this one in particular, by the way, this is a whole separate conversation, and it's kind of like to lighten up the mood a little bit, but when I looked at the date on this post, it was super outdated, but I personally didn't know who the actor behind the mask was. And what I mean by the mask or the costume is Barney. I personally didn't know who Barney was, and I saw this online. I was like, what the heck? It's pretty interesting. And then apparently he went out to a show to explain how he got to be Barney. And well, here's the story of who Barney and Friends is, the actor behind Barney and Friends. And like I said, this is just to kind of like lighten up the mood, and we'll move up to some other posts that I have going on right now. So let me pull this one up. And what I mean by who's Barney, it's this guy right here. I'm sure the majority of us dealt with Barney as kids, and this is who I'm referring to, Barney and Friends. I'm not sure if it even plays nowadays. But anyway, so someone found the actor, and this is the guy. So this is the guy right here. So on this post it says, met the guy who played Barney, and he's they put a brown heart. But he says it himself that he's a black man. Check it out. Yeah, Barney's a black man. Not sure if you guys heard that. Yeah, Barney's a black man.
Barney's a black man. Barney's a black man.
Matter of fact,
let me see your jacket. Let me see the jacket.
So the guy was, I think maybe that's his whole freaking skit, right? Whenever he goes out or whatever, that I think he even had a watch of Barney, and he has a jacket of Barney. To maybe this is a whole conversation started with chicks like, oh, I'm Barney, and this is the way that he probably gets to them. But check it out, he has his jacket as well. Yeah, so yeah, Barney's a black man. There we go.
Barney's a black man. Barney's a black man. Matter of fact, let me see your jacket. Let me see the jacket.
Hey man, you can't freaking blame him. He's out there doing his thing. He's probably, that was his highlight, and obviously I think if I was Barney, I think I would be showing it off too, you know. But he has his freaking watch of Barney and his jacket of Barney. So I personally didn't know that this was Barney, but now, same. I thought The Simpsons about what in specific? But yeah, so that's that. I'm like, okay, cool, we found him. But then I personally thought it can be just some random guy saying that he was Barney. But I did a little bit more research to see if that was truly the real Barney, and this is what I found.
He played Barney the dinosaur for 10 years.
So right here.
He played Barney the dinosaur for 10 years. How did you land that opportunity?
I started working at a school in Dallas, a young actor studio. And this casting director came in one day and saw me working with these 3, 4-year-olds. She sent me some videotapes to watch the show. Every time I watched the show, I'd fall asleep. And so a lot of things come to me in my dreams. And so one night I had this dream right before the audition. Barney is in my dream. Barney passes out. I have to give Barney mouth-to-mouth resuscitation.
Really?
The next morning...
Wait, hold up. That's a freaky-ass dream.
Exactly, right?
You're giving mouth-to-mouth to a purple dinosaur.
So that morning in the shower, I'm trying to figure out what's going on, didn't know. So I'm on my way to the audition. I'm sitting at a stoplight. The spirit says, look up. I look up. There's this billboard that says, breathe life into your vacation, Southwest Airlines. I go to the parking lot. I go to shut off my car. My spiritual number is 22. Whenever I see a 22, I always stop and pray. When I see a 222, I know something's very significant is about to happen. So I look up again, same advertisement, different billboard, breathe life into your vacation, Southwest Airlines. I go to turn off the car, it's 12:22. I was like, oh, okay, all right, something's about to happen. I'm walking across the parking lot, it hits me. Kept falling asleep because Barney was dead. In your dream, you had to breathe life into this character. You go into this audition, you breathe life into this character, you're going on vacation.
Oh my God.
So freaking crazy. So apparently he had a vivid dream that he gave pretty much CPR to Barney, and that he was going to be giving life or breathing life into Barney, the character, and so be it. He ended up being Barney. And now I looked up what 222 means, right? Because a lot of people are into numerical numbers. A lot of people like to say that, whenever you see the 333, the 222, all these different numbers in threes, in pairs, and not in pairs, but in a group of threes, then it means something, right? So what does 222 mean? In numerology, that is the angel number, is said to represent balance, harmony, and spiritual alignment. It can also be assigned to trust yourself, be creative, and focus on your relationships. So similar to what this guy was saying, the actor of Barney, he was saying that he saw his spiritual number is 222, and it just so happens that number appeared while he was dreaming. So, yeah, so I just thought it was pretty interesting. I had never thought about this, or had never even questioned who the heck was Barney, but I think this is old news, but for me, this is brand new news. Not sure if you guys have seen this or knew this, but it's just a little fun fact that I wanted to bring this up. But yeah, moving along to the next thing that I saw, and the only reason why I'm bringing this one up is because on Instagram now, if you put a comment, not a comment, if you put like some sort of note on a post instead of a comment, then it shows up on other people's feed. For instance, let's say if you see a picture of somebody, instead of putting a comment that nobody's going to see that you put the comment, unless you go to the comment section, then you won't really see it. But now if you drop a note on top of a post, an Instagram post, then that note appears on other people's feed. And the only reason why I know this story is because Cynthia, which I think she was supposed to jump on this live, she dropped a note that said, "At least she passed smiling." And I was like, what the heck? So I saw the note that at least she passed smiling. And so now I went to the story, and it turns out that it was an OF star of 27 years old plunges to her death from hotel balcony while filming a threesome, according to the report. So because I saw this note on Instagram saying that at least she passed smiling, I'm like, dude, come on. I mean, obviously she wasn't thinking that was going to happen, but yeah. So let me pull up the news article, and yeah, it's kind of crazy how all of this happened. So we're going to be pulling up I think this is the New York Post. So OF star 27 plunges to her death from hotel balcony while filming a threesome. So let me see if I can pull up the audio. So Anna, I think also known as Anna Polly, was found dead. The 27-year-old is believed to have been in the middle of filming a sex scene involving two men while fatal accident. Her male co-stars gave conflicting testimonies. So this is something key. So I think while they were getting the reports done, it just kind of weird that they said the two co-stars said that two completely different things, right? So I think they're doing some more investigation into this. But it sucks. I mean, 27 years old. She was super, super young. So now the only thing that also kind of got me by surprise is that I think they mentioned that her boyfriend, there we go. Like, obviously this picture's blurred, but you can see that got blurred out because of her falling into the pavement, unfortunately. But I think Anna's boyfriend, which I was like, what the heck? Like, what do you mean her boyfriend, right? It says Alves' boyfriend, Pedro Enrique, who was not involved in his girlfriend's final fondling, expressed his grief on social media and his hope that investigators will get the bottom of this starlet's death. So I was like, wait a minute, what do you mean her boyfriend? So like, I guess her boyfriend was okay with her doing these type of scenes online. And yeah, this is freaking crazy. Like, I don't know. I think nowadays people have changed their mindset. I think people are more free-minded, but yeah, apparently this boyfriend was fine with her girlfriend filming this type of scenes. I know these type of models, OF models, make a lot of money doing this type of content, but yeah. So she was out there doing her thing, and I don't know what exactly. Maybe they had her sitting on the balcony or something, and she fell into the pavement. So super unfortunate. 27 years old, super young, and yeah, this happened. And like I said, there was conflicting evidence into all of this. So I think there's going to be more investigation to make sure that there's no foul play when it comes down to this. So yeah, another thing that I wanted to look up to, well, not look up to, but I wanted to look, and I think Damian mentioned this as well. I know, Damian, you sent me some of these this posts, and I was trying to go back into the messages that you sent before I jumped into this, but maybe in the comment section you can let me know if you know any further news or anything like that, and eventually maybe you can send it to me, or if you want to hop online, I can go ahead and then take you into the call. This is the number, by the way, in case you want to call. But yeah, let me pull up the next news. So apparently just recently there was a helicopter in a plane crash collision, and NBC News has some footage about that. I know a lot of people have footage about this, but this is pretty crazy that what happened. So let me pull it up. So footage shows the moment of deadly mid-air collision over the Potomac River. And so I think this is the helicopter right here, and this is the airplane. And this is where exactly the moment where the collision happened. Freaking crazy. So freaking heartbreaking. Now, I don't know if I'm correct, but apparently I think there was more than one of these incidents that just happened that I think another helicopter crashed and collided with another airplane. I might be wrong, but I know for a fact that at least this one for sure was mentioned, and I think somebody was mentioning of another incident that another airplane collided with an airplane. But let's take a look at some of the comments that there were like people were commenting on, so we can take a look at that. So here, these are some of the comments. Those who know, a Black Hawk is equipped with night vision, infrared sensors, and collision warnings. They are made to fly in all conditions and can maneuver instantly. Let that sink in. With 31,000 likes. I hope and pray all passengers didn't suffer pain, were unaware, and perished immediately, while the hand of God welcomed them into heaven. I'm still wondering who's standing on the shore in the winter just randomly capture this. Just happens without no shock or yelling. Interesting. So 23,000 likes for this comment. It looks like the Black Hawk was just hovering there just to be in the plane's path. Definitely looks like it was deliberate. So a lot of people are kind of skeptical. A lot of people have mixed feelings of this case. And then let's see. Let me read one more. So what you're saying is a Black Hawk with state-of-the-art radar and night vision and whatever else couldn't see an airline jet with all lights on it. Who knows what the heck happened that this collision actually took place, but apparently it happened. And not saying that this is the case, but, and I'm not sure if Damian you saw this post, but I pulled this up on YouTube, and just it's super weird that there's this type of technology, and not sure. I'm not saying that this is actually the cause of it, but let's check this out. So command an autonomous Black Hawk helicopter from 300 from 300 miles away. So apparently you can maneuver this helicopter from 300 miles away through remote control. Sorry about that. So the U.S. Army got a first-hand look at the future of autonomous flight. Keep in mind that this is the very similar helicopter that crashed into the airplane.
With the Army to modernize Black Hawk, to incorporate new technology, new capabilities, to create the Black Hawk of the future. And one critical technology of all these things is autonomy. And that brings me here today.
Are we really going to fly this optimally piloted autonomous Black Hawk in Connecticut from 300 miles away right here in Washington, D.C.? And the answer is a resounding yes, we're going to.
So you can see right here, this person is controlling the helicopter from, it almost looks like a tablet. So they're controlling the helicopter remotely.
You're going to see the aircraft come up to a stabilized hover, and this is going to simulate contested logistics operations where we would have a ground crew hooking up a swing load to the aircraft.
And this aircraft is holding position remarkably well.
So yeah, Lockheed Martin is the founder and creator of this helicopter, and yeah, to your point, Julian, I do agree. I did see a lot of people saying that and posting the flight patterns. So Julian says the flight pattern of the chopper was very strange. It looked like it was intentionally trying to hit the plane. So a lot of people were saying that, and it looked like the helicopter was just going back and forth and waiting for this moment, at least through what people were showing online. Not sure exactly if that was a real flight pattern, but I also did see that online as well. So yeah, who knows? But yeah, I saw this and I saw the technology about this, and people were saying in the comment sections as well that don't be shocked that this video eventually gets removed, that the Lockheed Martin video that we just displayed, because they probably won't want the public to know about this technology. Yeah, so I think you bring up a good point. Damian says it's for entertainment purposes only. We don't want another strike. Yeah, exactly. All of this is allegedly. We're just literally pulling up videos from the internet that are currently already uploaded onto YouTube. So yeah, all of this is just allegedly. We're just reporting on what we're finding online. So good point, Damian. Thank you for bringing that up. So yeah, like I said, all of this was freaking just weird. I did mention I think I was talking to Nomas chat, and then I mentioned to see if there was any additional input. Not sure if they were able to provide. I don't know if Nomas chat was able to provide me with additional input, because I was trying to find out if there was who was in the helicopter, and I think it was some ice skaters, but not too sure. So let me see what Nomas chat says. What's going on, Nomas chat? So we just finished talking about the helicopter collision with the airplane. Can you provide me who was in that airplane that collided with the helicopter? Also, who was in that helicopter?
In the 1986 Grand Canyon mid-air collision, all 25 people aboard both aircraft tragic.
No, I'm talking about the current one, the one that just happened. I think it was in DC, I believe. Can you provide the facts about who was there in the collision?
In the recent mid-air collision near Washington, D.C., Captain Rebecca M. Lobach, a U.S. Army aviation officer, was among the victims. She was known for her brilliance and dedication. The crash resulted in 67 fatalities, including all passengers and crew on the American Airlines plane.
And who was in the plane? I think there were some ice skaters, right?
Yes, you're right. Among the victims on the American Airlines plane were ice skaters, including former Olympic figure skater Michelle Zorn and a Miss Kansas contestant. Additionally, a Harvard Law graduate and a couple of newlyweds were also on board. The incident remains under investigation, and more details about the passengers' identities are being confirmed. You can find more about this tragic crash in articles like this one on The Sun. TheSun.com. Please open your app to see this link.
We'll do. And then also, just before I pull up that link, you had mentioned that in the past there was a similar incident with other ice skaters that also did pass away through a collision on a similar matter, right?
Yes, you're correct. In 1961, a tragic plane crash in Belgium claimed the lives of 34 members of the U.S. figure skating delegation, including 18 skaters. This devastating event occurred when Sabena Flight 548 crashed near Brussels, Belgium. For more details, you can refer to the Wikipedia page on Sabena Flight 548.
Okay, cool. Thank you. Appreciate that. The fun facts of Nomas chat.
You're welcome. I'm glad I could help with the facts for your stream. Anytime you need more fun details or anything else, just let me know.
Can you say what's up to Damian and Julian, by the way?
What's up, Damien and Julian? Hope you're both doing great.
It's Julie Cakes, by the way. Can you say Julie Cakes?
Got it. What's up, Julie Cakes? Hope you're having a good one.
Thank you. So, yeah, so I'm not sure if it was just pure coincidence, but yeah, all of this just happened recently. And then I see the Mian's comment here that 2 more planes went down over the weekend. I think, did you guys hear about it? So yeah, I've heard of those 2 other ones, and I think there was a video that you shared with me also, Damian, that I think they were talking about some orbs. See, Julian. I think there was some orbs, and then they cut off the freaking news stream right away. He was talking about some white lights that were close to the airplane, and right away when he was talking about this, they freaking cut off the news stream, and they went to another view, to another camera angle. So I don't know, all of this is kind of just weird, but just like I said, and like Damian said, this is all allegedly, so we'll see. But yeah, I just wanted to go ahead and report on these events that are currently happening. And yeah, I'm not sure if Damian or Julian, if you guys want to call in, but I think that's pretty much all I had for today. I'm not sure if you guys have any other comments that deal with the news articles or the links that I just showed. Are you guys going to work? Well, Julian's not going to work right now at the moment, but Damian, I think you mentioned that you were going to work or not? By the way, I appreciate you guys showing up, and sorry if I'm rusty, but this is a whole brand new segment that I'm barely getting used to doing, so I appreciate you guys showing up. And yeah, eventually I'm gonna get better. I think I'm gonna be sticking to Sundays 8 o'clock. I think this is the best time for me to do these type of streams for the moment. Eventually I want to do them more concurrently, and just be precise on my date and time. But for right now, I'm thinking of just leaving them for Sundays 8 o'clock. And also, I'm not sure if you guys are able to tell, but I connected a brand new camera, not a brand new camera, but the camera that I use for my podcast. I connected it to my live stream. So hopefully you guys can tell the difference of the quality. So I'm trying to perfect each of the live streams as we go, figuring out the things that cost me a little bit of, like, hopefully there was no more echo this time. Hopefully the quality is a little bit better on the screen, and eventually I just want to have a more fluent live stream, but hopefully you guys like it so far, and thank you for showing up. If you guys don't want to call into to the podcast, that's fine. But yeah, so for the time being, this Wednesday, 6 o'clock, like I mentioned, we're going to be dropping another episode, a regular podcast. It was myself and Chelo that we did a podcast based on immigration. Chelo worked in one of those detention centers, I guess you can say, that she was dealing with a bunch of kids that came from South America, and those kids from South America they were detained in the convention center, and Chelo was dealing with them. She talked with them, and then she got a lot of facts from those kids, from dealing with kids that they were literally in diapers, and they were being sent from South America. They were being sent with through South America in diapers, and they would give the kid a little note or like a little sticky for them. As soon as they would get caught by immigration, the little kid was supposed to give the sticky to the immigration officer to give all the information to them. That way they can find the family member and get them located to their family. Since the kids were in diapers, they couldn't talk. So it's just crazy to me, and how fortunate we are that us as now adults and our kids, thank God, don't have to go through those situations. Which one you connected? Which one did I connect? The camera. The camera I have connected right now, it's the one that I use for the guests on the podcast. I literally have it mounted on the wall already. So instead of focusing on the guest, I just literally flipped it to me. But it's the camera I have for the guest when they come onto the podcast. And it's a Canon M50. So I think it's like $650, $700 at the most, I believe. But yeah. By the way, I'm going to figure out the whole comment stuff. For some reason, it's not popping up the way that it's supposed to. It's supposed to pop up in the middle. For some reason, it's so weird. Let me see if I can figure it out, if you guys don't mind. I'll figure it out live right now. Here, I'm figuring this out right now, so let's see if I can figure it out. Fuck, I fucked up. I'll just figure it out later. But anyways, thank you guys for showing up. Oh, shit. Yeah, thank you guys for showing up. This means a lot. Let me know if you guys want to do something different for this live streams. I want to make it more interactive. I know last time I had like 8 people. This time I only had 3 people. Maybe they're out there protesting, but it's just like I talked and I said at the beginning of the live stream, it's just showing up and just doing the reps, just practice makes perfect. And yeah, the last comment I'm going to read, and I'm going to call it a day so I can get ready to go to work. I'm going to drink melatonin. And so 180 millimeter, let me check right now. No, so it's a 15 millimeter. So it's 15 to 45 millimeter, but it's literally the lens that comes with the camera itself. So I took off the other lens that gives you more of the blur background, but it was too close. So I'm literally using the lens that comes with the camera as the kit. But Julian, Damian, and I think there's another person showing up there. Not sure if they commented, but long story short. Valerian root is a really good. Technical difficulties part of going live for sure. Thank you guys for sticking through. I think Julian says valerian root is a really good tea to fall asleep. Or cacay cava. Oh, okay. I'm gonna look into that. But yeah, as of right now, I'm gonna take melatonin. Maybe I can have what is it, a lucid dream or one of those dreams that you have, Julian. But Damian, Julian, I really appreciate you guys. Hopefully you guys are able to see their journey. As you guys can see, only 2-3 people. The last time we had 8. Hopefully at one point we get to the 100 people showing up for our live streams. I'm going to continue promoting them on the podcast and through social media. But yeah, so once again, thank you both. You guys mean the world. And I'll see you guys next time. Stay tuned for that episode on Wednesday, 6 p.m. It's going to be a good one. Till next time.